Hi there. How long has it been since you last fixed your pruning shears? Have you ever picked them up and felt the blades were dull, catching on branches, or tearing them instead of cutting cleanly? Or maybe the handles feel loose, the blades slightly misaligned, making trimming more difficult than ever? In fact, with just a few simple tricks and basic tools, you can completely revive your pruning shears, making trimming smoother, more precise, and long-lasting. I started restoring it by disassembling each part of the pruning shears, from the blades and spring to the handles, to inspect every detail. This allows me to clearly see worn, loose, or rusty spots, so I can plan the repairs more precisely. I have a clean tray and place each part of the shears in it, so nothing gets lost and it will be easier to reassemble after cleaning and repairing. Spray a little multi-purpose oil on the blades, which is very helpful for scrubbing and cleaning. With just a small piece of sandpaper, rubbing evenly will make the stubborn black stains disappear. After sanding the blade with sandpaper, spray a little water and wipe it dry with a paper towel, and do the same with the other blade. Earlier, I cleaned the lower blade, and now it's time for the upper blade, the one that actually cuts the branches. This part is a bit different because the upper blade is usually thicker and sharper, and it moves in a different mechanism, so you need to be gentler to avoid damaging or dulling it. Also, the dirt or sap stuck on the upper blade is often tougher to remove, so after spraying oil, you might need to let it sit for a while before scrubbing, and use fine sandpaper or a small brush to clean every groove and cutting edge, ensuring the blade is free of residue and can work smoothly. If you're still curious and want to see more, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. The remaining small parts are quite simple. Just spray a little water on them to soften any leftover dirt or sap, then gently wipe each piece with a paper towel. For tiny grooves, you can fold the towel or use its tip to reach tight corners, making sure all parts are clean and ready for reassembly. I will temporarily set these parts aside. This step, I'll sharpen the pruning shears blade using a sharpening stone, an indispensable tool in your kitchen, to prevent the sharpening stone from slipping while I'm sharpening. Using this tool ensures your sharpening stone stays firmly in place, and I also place a thin cloth under the sharpening stone. This not only keeps the stone stable and prevents slipping, but also absorbs water during sharpening. You just need to sharpen the pruning shear blade using this basic technique. You need to spray some water on the surface of the sharpening stone before you start sharpening. This helps reduce friction, prevents the blade from overheating, and keeps the stone working efficiently. Now I'm starting to sharpen the blade. Watch closely so you can see the technique step by step. Once one side is sharpened, flip the blade over and sharpen the other side. Please understand, my workspace is quite noisy, so I mute some parts to make your experience better. After sharpening this blade, just wipe it clean a little, then move on to the other blade for sharpening. At first glance, you can easily notice that the two blades are sharpened differently. The upper blade, which performs the cutting, needs to be sharpened at a slight angle to create a sharp cutting edge, while the lower blade only needs to be sharpened straight to maintain flatness, ensuring precise contact with the upper blade during cutting. And that's it, we're done. Now all that's left is to reassemble the pruners completely. After cleaning and sharpening the blades, the difference is immediately noticeable. The blades are polished smooth and precise enough to feel their sharpness. Every small part is completely clean, free of dirt or rust, making me eager to try cutting with them. I want to share a small tip for pruning plants. Always cut the dry or diseased branches first and use gentle, even pressure so you don't damage the rest of the plant. This method helps the plant recover quickly and maintain a nice shape. I just turned off the machine and ran outside to pick up a branch for testing. Isn't it wonderful? It's amazing how just a few simple steps brought this garden pruner back to life. Sharp, smooth, and ready for even the toughest cuts, even the thickest, hardest branches, making gardening easier and more enjoyable than ever. Tap like and sub to show some love.